Hi, and welcome to today's edition of the Mize Breakroom. I'm your host, Marc Swearengin, Director of Business Development here at Mize. Today, I'm joined with Jan Marsh, Shareholder, and Joe Gabel with our Human Resources to talk about a topic I love. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Talk about culture here at Mize. So welcome, you guys. Good to have you.
Glad to be here.
So why is culture so important here at Mize?
Well, as a service provider, Mark, right, our employees are our business, and having the right culture is going to assume that our professionals are motivated to serve our clients. It incorporates our core values, right? Professionalism, respect, client-centric. But I think if you ask our employees in one word what our culture is, it's family. We treat each other and our clients as if they're family.
Yeah, I agree, and I think it's been something for myself coming into this company that I've very much enjoyed, and it's great that they put that in there. A lot of companies talk about culture, but I think this company actually executes on culture. So kudos to that. So, obviously we're a growing company. We hire a lot of people. When people are coming in, what are the most common questions you get asked from new hires when it comes to culture?
Well, one of them is, do you really have as much fun as your social media presents? And I would agree with that. We do a lot of different events. We have some charity events that we're part of, such as the Paws in the Park, the Topeka Christmas Parade. That was a new one for us this last year. We have a company picnic that we've done the last 4 years, and we added a field day to that this year. That was a lot of fun. There were a lot of photo ops in that one.
Lots of rain and muddy clothes.
Yes. And we didn't let the rain stop us.
Nope.
So each office has a Christmas party each year, and also each department has celebrations, when they get through a season or get through a milestone. And, a couple of those examples are like payroll week. They'll have a recognition every year for that. And then our end of season tax events or audit, each department will do their own thing and celebrate that with their people in different ways. Another one of the most common questions is, do you really have hours that are closer to 2,000 to 2,300? And to that I say, yes, we do. It's a goal. It's a very, firmly held goal. It's not, we don't always get it perfect. And of course, each department will have its own seasons within the year. They'll have their own ebb and flow of time. But as far as for the professional groups, we try very hard to stick to 2,300 hours, which really relates to about 43 hours per week. And, during the seasons, it may be a little more, typically is. But then in the off season, then we roll it back to 40 or less than that to try to get to the annual average. And if you contrast that with other accounting firms, there are some, and I hear this from, new hires or when we're doing interviews, that there are a lot of firms out there that still want people to do 50, 60 hours plus per week. So I'm not saying that may not happen, once or twice.
We're not perfect.
Yeah,
We'd like to
exactly. It could happen, but that's not the standard, and that we roll back everything else to try to meet the annual average of 2,300 hours, so that we can really say, yes, this is something that we believe in.
Employees truly get what we call that balance between life and work.
Mm-hmm.
We want them to have that. Your manager wants you to have that from the top down. They want everybody to have a work-life balance, and we strive to achieve that.
That's what helps keeps them engaged with our clients when they're here, right? They don't have to be worrying that my family's getting ignored. I don't have the balance I need to do whatever else I want, right? I can come in and be focused and then go out and celebrate the rest of my life.
On that, this company, we work, there's quite a bit of hours at times. Also very generous on time off. Very much encourages people to take time off and provide time with their families. And so there's I believe, in my experience, a very generous policy on that. And I've been witness to meetings where it's towards the end of the year, encouraging people to take your time off and to do that. So I think that helps counterbalance that. That we're very supportive of the work-life balance. Right. Kind of going with that question too. We the appreciation for employees. I'll tell you, I work out of my home quite a bit, and it seems several times a year I get a little package in the mail, and it's got my name on it, and it comes from Mize, and you get a little treat in there. I think it's something, going to that point where you really you care about the people. Right.
And I think,
So,
part of that is we've learned, I think, to be flexible. And how do we do that? It's much easier. I'm just going to call it pre-COVID when we were all in the office, just to, walk by, give somebody the attaboy. But with our culture being flexible, so people in most roles get to choose, hey, I'm working in the office, I'm working hybrid, I'm working remote. We let that flexibility occur. But we also want to make sure that we're still helping those people, even if they're not in the office, feel like they're a part of the family and the recognition that they deserve.
I think it's amazing. That's great. Another great part that we've done here, the organization take great strides at career development for folks here. And so tell us a little bit about that, because it's pretty impressive.
Well, here's what I would say, right? Our company's growing, and obviously our people are critical to that. And we need people not only to come in and start at entry level, but we need them to grow with us, right? And so each year our employees, we've set out expectations that they can receive multiple conversations about performance, pay, and career growth, right? And we have crafted and invested in creating what we call a career path that's based on skill levels needed for each job in the company. And we've published them out on our portal so that everybody can see them and can see those roles that they could potentially grow into, right? And they can aspire to different roles depending, it may be in their department, it might be in a different department if they've got those, relatable skills that can move between departments. And they can expect that they're going to have a dedicated conversation with their leader about it, where they get to express the roles that they're interested in. They can have an honest conversation about the skills they have today and the ones that they would need to grow to achieve that position, and then expect that their manager is going to work with them over time to help them gain those skills that they need to get there, if it's something we can do from an on-the-job perspective, or if it means we need to invest in an outside class for them, we're also going to make that investment as well.
You know what I love about that too is the structure of the process, because I think a lot of people appreciate that, because it shows a lot of care goes into that, because in other companies where you talk about career growth, but having a structured environment, and I would say leaders are held accountable to that. You have to have these conversations, and so I think that part shows that you really care.
Yeah.
So
But we still make sure that it is employee driven, right?
Right.
So
Yes, right.
that it's up to them to decide what they're interested in, express those interests, and then the manager to help guide them where appropriate. But it gives them the ability to direct where they want to go. And 1 year they might be in a particular role, and they test out some of the things to get there and decide, okay, maybe that's not what I want to do. And having that conversation each year lets them have the ability to redirect if they'd like.
that's great. Great.
Some people I love the job I'm doing today. I love my clients. I don't want to give them up. I just want to keep what I'm doing today. And we're like, we love to have you in the role you're in. And if that's the choice you want to make, we're happy with that as well.
That's great. I love it. So this year we earned a little accolade. So top workplace.
Yeah.
So tell us a little about that. Yeah.
Well, that was exciting for us. We earned that from USA Today, and we're all very proud about that. What I thought was very exciting about it is that we sent out, this was an employee-driven survey, we just, made sure that they all got it. And so we sent out 278 of those surveys to everybody, and we got 246 back.
Really?
So it was an 88% response rate, which is huge. If anybody deals with surveys on a regular basis, that that's anything close to 90 is wonderful.
Unheard of.
Yeah, to get that kind of response. And from that, we found out that 80% of our staff was really engaged in what they do, which is another huge number, because other companies or firms or businesses like ours, the average is not anywhere near that number. So we were very excited about that. Another number that I'd like to focus on is we were 87% closely aligned with what the firm is doing. So people really believe in what they're doing, and that they want to help out the clients and follow the
client service guidelines we put out for them.
Yeah.
Client service guidelines,
Yeah.
and that our mission statement.
Yes.
That's what I'm
Yes.
looking for. That's the employees believe in that and they want to follow that.
I think that goes back to the family piece,
Yes.
right? Meaning it shows that they're engaged in what they're doing. They feel like they're adding value to clients, and they feel like those clients truly are family, and they're going to give it their all, and they're feeling value coming out of that. So that's why I like the way those metrics lined up so well.
Right.
Right.
And I've heard of so many people that are involved with their clients' lives. I mean, people go to clients' weddings, or their kids' weddings, or different things for the clients' important, moments in their clients' lives that, that the shareholder or the relationship manager, they may be a part of because they work so closely with the clients. I think that's really speaks a lot to how much, we not only work with the clients, but they trust us to be really part of their family also.
Which ties nicely with our culture. But I'm also going to say we're also super excited that we were ranked number 1
Yeah.
in the Great Plains region for the people with under 500 employees, right? And
That's awesome.
And like Joe said, it was based on employee feedback. And so that truly shows that they believe in what we're doing.
So in the areas in this region, we're number 1?
Yeah,
you said?
we were number 1 in the Great Plains region for the under 500 employees.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yep.
When you tell about this survey, I think that strikes me is that it's when people respond like that, they feel like they're being heard. And I think a lot of organizations, employees don't feel heard, so they don't care.
Right.
Our employees are feeling that way. So obviously they're feeling that their voices matter. So it's a big kudos to that.
Yeah.
Here's the softball. But anyway, what do you think culture? What do you think makes culture here at Mize so special?
I think that one's easy. It's our people and our culture and our clients, basically our family.
I don't know if there's much else to say on that. I mean, I agree with you. And again, kudos to the team here that does that. People that are coming in here or maybe even considering coming here. I think these are the kind of things you want to be looking at, and it's been very special. What you guys have done. It's been a pleasure working with you guys.
Well, great.
Well, thank you for joining us today. If you'd like any more information about job opportunities, what it's like to work at Mize, visit our career page at MizeCPAs.com, and you can get all the information you need.
Please, we love as many recruits as we can get right
do.
now.
We
The
do.
growth is amazing, but we need people all of the time.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate you joining us today.
Thank you.
Thank
Mark.
you.
Thanks. Thanks for listening to another episode of the Mize Breakroom. If you watch this episode on YouTube, please like and subscribe so you never miss another episode. You can find the Mize Breakroom anywhere you can find podcasts. If you like what you heard, please rate and review the podcast 5 stars. Looking for more information? You can find us on most social media platforms at Mize CPAs. Thanks for listening, and see you next time in the Breakroom. The Mize Breakroom is produced by Mize CPAs and hosted by Marc Swearengin. Mize CPAs is not a law firm and does not provide legal advice. The information shared in this podcast is for general information purposes only and is not intended to constitute legal or technical accounting, tax, consulting, and/or professional advice that may apply to your specific business. The listener is encouraged to consult counsel and or their accountant before making decisions or taking any action concerning the matters in this communication to address the recipient's particular facts, circumstances, position, business considerations, or other unique relevant matters, as well as to evaluate any applicable federal, state, or local laws.